So last night as I was cooking dinner, I thought, really want to keep it light this time of year. I had a lot of heavy foods. It was a really long winter, and not that I don't love my comfort food, but it's time to switch things up and do, some different things, do a lot of grilling. So when we were putting the show together, I wanted to do a recipe on something that I actually have a recipe similar to this in my latest cookbook, but I want to do more and more with this. It's called quinoa, and it is the new it food that you're going to be hearing more and more about. Used to be a little tricky to find. It's very, very easy to find right now. You can get it at any grocery store. Usually comes in a box, and basically I'm going to do a really fresh, light quinoa salad, which is a wonderful side dish to go with all the grilling that you're doing, grilled chicken, pork chop, steak, whatever. So I've got 4 cups of water that I'm boiling, and I'm going to add to that 2 cups of quinoa, and we can do a little bit of salt. And I'm just going to boil it for about 15 minutes, and it's going to cook down and become tender. Here's what it looks like. Yesterday on the show we talked a little bit and cooked with couscous, which is another really fun side dish. You can make salads with it, something a little different. It's nice and light for the summer, but it's not near as healthy, which I do happen to love couscous. But this quinoa is like loaded with goodness. I did a little research on it, and first of all, it tastes good. Right now it's not going to taste like much, but once we add all this great flavor, this is like a Southwest type of salad that we're going to do, like a pasta salad, that type of thing. But it's they call it the super grain of the future. It's one of the most protein-rich foods that we can eat. It has got almost twice as much fiber as most other grains. So, I mean, it's got iron in it. A lot of, most grains don't, most side dishes don't have iron in it. So for people who are looking to put more iron in their diet, which, that's a lot of us are, it's rich in magnesium. It's just all good for you. So if you haven't experienced cooking with it, give it a try. The first time I had it, I fell in love with it, and I'm trying to incorporate it more and more. You can just cook it up like this and use chicken stock instead of water, and it just makes a great warm side. But again, we're going to make a salad with it. So as this is cooking and doing its thing, I'm going to get to work on the dressing for this salad. And you know me, I'm a big fan of making homemade salad dressings, and this is a real easy one. This is a Southwest kind of a flavor. It's a mango and black bean quinoa salad. So I've got 2 limes, and both of them are rock hard. So we just pulled them out of the refrigerator. So I'm going to get it in the microwave for 10 seconds or so, and that's going to get those juices flowing. They're going to be a lot easier to juice for me. How are you today, Ann?
Groovy.
Groovy. I bet you've never had quinoa before.
Well, until about 10 minutes.
Oh, she tasted the stuff that we already cooked. Well, and it's not, that's not going to be as flavorful as the salad we're making. So, but it's one of those things that people are going to like it because it's not like it's got a really strong flavor that people would be opposed to, So you're going to be just fine with it, I promise. If you like couscous, you're going to like quinoa. So we're using the juice of about 2 limes. Oh, you did. I was looking for that. This is just one of our favorite little gadgets. They sell them at Cook's Corner and lots of places. Really helps get the juice out of those limes. This is going to be great if you've got a potluck to go to, and gosh, there's so much stuff going on this time of year. Lots of those end of the school year banquets and things like that. You have to bring a dish to pass. This one would be perfect to bring. It would be so different from everybody else's dish. No mayo in here, so it's going to be able to sit out okay. Not going to have to worry about that. And it's just going to be fresh, light, and different. So I want to get all that lime juice out of there. Don't want to get that in there. Okay. Smells so fresh. I'm going to do a little bit of salt and pepper. like I say, this quinoa doesn't have a lot of flavor, so this vinaigrette that we're doing, this lime southwestern vinaigrette, is really going to give it some great flavor and keep it nice and fresh. Cumin, chili powder, whisk that together, and olive oil. And this is going to be our dressing. Real simple. Whisk that together. And this is going to be full of flavor. And I'm looking for my cilantro. Is that in the fridge? Okay. We're going to add some fresh cilantro to that too. Fresh garlic too. I'm going to throw some fresh garlic in there. 2 cloves of fresh garlic. While I'm doing this, working on my garlic, I want to remind everybody, now is the time to get us those great backyard barbecue recipes. You've got that contest that starts soon, so we need your recipes, your very best summer recipes by May 8th. There are 5 different categories. We're looking for your best appetizer recipes, your best salad recipes, you know, pasta salads, potato salad, coleslaw, maybe you do a wild rice cranberry salad, something like that, a great Jell-O salad. Your main course recipes, we're looking for some great recipes that you would do on the grill. Maybe you do stuffed burgers or ribs, or you have a smoker and you do some wonderful smoked Cornish game hens or a brisket. Your very best summer desserts, all different summer desserts we're looking for, from ice cream desserts to torts, bars, and then finally your very best summer drink recipes. Feel free to enter in several different categories. We just want your very best recipes and we need them soon. A few different ways that you can enter this contest. You can actually go online to fox11online.com and submit your recipes that way. Just make sure you put what category you're entering under. You can also just drop off your recipes to the station here, or you can mail them, and here's the address. So lots of great prizes. We're going to go through all the categories and pick the 2 best in each category, and then basically the best of the best will come on the show and cook with me. So, and then there's going to be great prizes from Stein's Garden and Gift. So it should be a ton of fun. Get those recipes to us as soon as you can. Okay, I'm going to add my garlic to my dressing. Just get that in there, give it some great garlic flavor. I've got 1 can of black beans. Again, I'm trying to keep this really nice and healthy and throw some protein in. So I just want to rinse and drain these black beans. And that's because I don't want any of that liquid to get into my salad. So that's why I'm going to take the step to do this. It's going to make this salad even healthier with that added protein in there. This is going to be really nice, bright, colorful salad. So I've got some red pepper that I'm going to dice up and put in here. Yeah, it's a gorgeous big red pepper. And our quinoa is just about getting done. A couple other things I wanted to mention is book club. I read a little bit of the book last night. We're reading a book called Orphan Doors by a local author, B. Seidel, and we're meeting at La Java in Suamico coming up Monday, May 13th. So we sure hope you'll join us. It's going to be a great time. She's going to actually be there in person to talk about the book, which is always so cool to meet the author and talk about it. It's a true story about her life and growing up in a Green Bay area orphanage and the struggles that she went through. So it's really going to be a fantastic book. All right. Okay. Red pepper chopped. We're ready to start assembling the salad. So after this quinoa cooks, it looks like this. Looks very much like a couscous. So we're going to add the quinoa to that dressing. This is going to make a nice big batch, so you have plenty. Be perfect to leftovers if you make a batch of this at the beginning of the week to take for lunch too. Now we're going to add in our red pepper, our black beans, some finely diced red onion to give it some more flavor. A lot of great color. Now here's a fun ingredient. I thought we'd add a little bit of mango to this. Just some diced mango. It's going to add that little bit of sweetness to it, and it's going to go really well with the rest of the flavors that we've got going on here. So I'm just going to gently toss this. I don't want to really break up the beans, but I want to coat the quinoa really well with all that dressing. If you're making this ahead of time, this is like a pasta salad. It's really best served within a couple hours after you make it. If you're making it a day or so ahead of time, I would do the old dressing check, because this really tends to soak up the dressing, and we don't want this to be dry and lose its flavor. So you could add a little more olive juice or olive oil, a little more lime juice right before serving if you're making it more than a day ahead, just to make sure that that flavor is really in there. And the last ingredient we're going to add is some chopped cilantro. And again, that's something that I would do. Thank you. Ann stole my knife over there. And I would do the cilantro again right before serving, just to keep it nice and fresh. If you don't like cilantro, and some people just don't care for it at all, fresh chopped Italian or flat leaf parsley would also work just fine. And this dish is going to go really well with grilled chicken, grilled pork, even burgers. Think of it as just a different side instead of the coleslaw, the potato salad, the pasta salad. Nice and light, really colorful. Just serve it in a nice bowl, maybe a little extra cilantro on top, and there you go. Quinoa salad. This is the super grain that everybody's talking about. Really, really good for you, and actually tastes really delicious too. The recipe's on the website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods.